Namaskar. In this video I want to explain the theory of meditation. I hope that you have watched the practical explanation and you learned how to do meditation. Not only learned, but you also did. You tried and you got some experience of how meditation is. And now I want to explain what is meditation, how does the meditation work, and why we do it the way we do. Meditation, the word meditation, comes from Latin word meditatio, which means to think deeply, to ponder, to reflect upon. Nowadays, practice of meditation becomes popular, it becomes widespread in the world, and there are so many ideas about meditation. Some ideas are misleading. Like there is an idea that meditation is about not thinking, is about stopping the mind, suspending the activity of the mind. So how does this match meditatio, to think deeply, and meditation is not to think of anything? Obviously, these two definitions that don't coincide. And is it actually possible not to think? It is the nature of the mind to think. Mind is always thinking, its work is to think. Are you able not to think? Are you able not to have any thoughts? Even for few seconds? Yes? If yes, then how do you know that you are not thinking? It means that you are thinking that you are not thinking. I'm now thinking that I'm not thinking anything. Yet, it is another kind of thought, and not the most elevating thought, the thought of emptiness. So, if we are not able, actually, yes, there is a definition of yoga. It says yoga chitti vritti nirodha. It means the suspension of the activities of the mind is yoga. But it cannot be done by forcefully, by not allowing the mind to think. It can be done by subtlifying the mind. When the mind goes more and more refined, when the mind goes more and more elevated, becomes more subtle. And in that state of subtlety, the mind starts to merge with a very subtle existence, which is called consciousness. In that state, there is no thoughts. There is no crude activity of the mind. But it is not due to stopping the mind from thinking we attain that state. Rather, we fill the mind with a special kind of thought that will make the mind subtle and will elevate the mind and make the mind merge with the divine realm of consciousness. So meditation is to think. It's not about not thinking, it is about thinking, but thinking in a concentrated way. How does the meditation work? I will say something very important. Actually, now I'm going to pronounce a truth that will change your entire life. You can apply it in meditation. You can always apply it in your day-to-day life. And knowledge of this truth makes you free to choose your own destiny. There is a psychological law. The mind, our mind is a flexible entity. Mind can choose either to be crude or to be subtle, to be heavy or to be light, to be unhappy or to be joyful. The qualities of the mind depend upon what? Upon the object of the mind. If you watch the television and if you watch very delightful movie, you become joyful. Some tears will come, some laughter will come. You become elated. Same television can make you very much down, depressed and heavy. It depends what program is there, what show is there. If the object is light, if the object is elevating, the mind becomes elevated. So this psychological law is like this. As you think, so you become. As you think, so you become. Your destiny, your life, depends upon the qualities of your mind. People with the mind in balance, with some strong traits of the mind, they can be successful in any part of the world. In USA, in Africa, in India, in China, anywhere they attain success, and they can create a happy life for themselves. And vice versa. So our life depends on our mind, and our mind depends on our thinking. As you think, so you become. So the goal of meditation practice is to change our thinking. Many people try to do that, but they're not really getting results. Because on intellectual level it's quite hard. The mind wants to flow this way, and you are trying to push the mind to flow that way. So meditation is a special, very subtle and very efficient way to change the flow of the mind. From negativity to positivity. From heaviness to lightness. So practically, spirituality is about two things. One is to forget, and the second is to remember. We want to forget everything that we do not want to be associated with. We need to forget whatever we don't want to be. And we need to remember that we want to become. We need to forget something limited, and we need to remember something infinite. That is all is meditation about. That is why we sit in this posture. The posture itself, the lotus posture, I close my legs, I close my hands, I straighten my back, I close my eyes, I curl up my tongue in the mouth. This is a posture of I close the doors and windows of my mind and I withdraw from the external world. You are in the room. Somebody enters in that room. When you are alone, you feel one way. And when someone comes to your home, your mood changes. It means you are dependent on the things and people around you. In the company of some people, you are in one particular mood, and your expression is different. And in the company of other people, your expression is different. So objects, they do influence us. So to clean the mind from those influences, we withdraw the mind from external world. And the first aspect of this withdrawal is the posture. You sit into the lotus posture, and this posture itself, when you sit in this posture, the mind gets purified. Like there are some practitioners in India, they do nothing else but sit in this posture and concentrate on the tip of the nose, nothing else, and the mind gets purified. So you withdraw your mind from the external world by sitting in the posture of lotus, or you can sit in any other kind of similar posture. Then we are utilizing, I explained in the practical explanation, we are utilizing our imagination to slowly go out of this environment and to start flow in the world of this beautiful imagination. Then when we focus on the breath, we forget even about the body. And then we start to repeat mantra. So we forget the world, we forget the body, and we forget our normal thinking. We remove that aside, we think, okay, these thoughts, they are important, but let me put them aside for a while, for 20 minutes. I will come back to those thoughts, because they are important, but after 20 minutes, now let me meditate. So basically you have forgotten about everything limited. Now you are able to go, to rise, and connect yourself with something unlimited. For that, the mantra is used. Mantra is there to convey the idea of infinity. We use the universal mantra Baba Nam Kevalam, which means Supreme Consciousness is all there is. Or in the most simple words, love is all there is, or bliss is all there is. So by using this mantra, you connect with the idea of infinity. I will make another video about the mantra, and I will explain why the Sanskrit language is used for the mantra, why can't we just speak in easily understandable language, love is all there is, and repeat that formula in our mind. This is also okay, it is called affirmation, but the mantra has some more qualities. Anyway, for now it is enough to know that the mantra connects the mind with the idea of infinity. So when you repeat the mantra all the time in your mind and you try to grasp the idea, how is it love is all there is? It means, how is it to love? Yes, I know how to love. How is it to be loved? Yes, I know how it is. Let me disappear and let only love remain. How is it to be love? What about joy? How is it to feel joy? How is it to be joy? Do I know what is peace? Have I ever experienced the state of peace? Thoughtless ocean of peace. Let me try to experience that. Peace. Let me ponder upon, let me reflect upon what is peace. Let me experience it. So when you do that, that's called ideation. You repeat the mantra and you try to understand the meaning of the mantra. You flow with that. You will become magnetized. Just like a piece of iron and the magnet, they stay together. The iron also acquires magnetic qualities. Also, your mind, when touching with the subtle realm of infinite consciousness, of infinite love, the mind becomes magnetized. Without you realizing that, you will start because you are seeing yourself in the mirror every day, you cannot see the changes, but other people will start telling you, what are you doing? What happened to you? Why these changes? I have seen many cases. One time I spoke with a lady. I say, oh, finally you came to this program, spiritual program, retreat. She said, yes, I came. And she is a scientist and she doesn't believe in anything spiritual, religious. She's rejecting, she's an atheist. She said, but I could never believe by listening lectures. But my husband started to practice meditation, and the changes that I have seen in him just in 1 year period amazed me, shocked me, that I must accept the efficiency of meditation. So now I have explained the theory. I explained what is meditation. Meditation is to think deeply upon something. We meditate on the infinite ideas of consciousness, which can be expressed in simpler words such as love, peace, and joy. Meditation is to think deeply. Then we do meditation in this way. First, we withdraw from limited objects and we try to connect the mind with unlimited existence through the media of mantra. And the meditation works, the most important thing. As you think, so you become. That is why in the world is always constant fighting for our attention. Advertisement is trying to, in a subtle way, manipulate us, to induce some ideas in our mind, to make a business with us. Okay, I don't say it is bad or good. Just we have to be aware of that. And we have to if you're not aware of this law, as you think, so you become, then you don't have a choice. The world will mold you into the shape it wants. But if you know this law, as you think, so you become, you yourself mold yourself into the shape you want to be. Then you are consciously guiding your development. I feel it is very, very important to know and to follow. So you understand, each thought that you think matters. Each thought contributes to who you are and what your future is going to be. And meditation is the concentrated thinking. You do it twice a day, morning and evening. And that periods of concentrated thinking matters so much, because you will be magnetized, and naturally for the whole day your thinking will be changed. It will be of different sort. There will be much less negativity, much less criticism, and so on and so on. And there will be much more love and compassion and, goodness. So I hope this is understandable. Thank you very much for watching this video. In the next video I will explain about the use of mantra and why and why and why. Namaskar.